pleased to present for your consideration.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Jabberbox Podcast, episode 11. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Bond, and with me is the icy blues of the desert, Dan Singleton. What's up, Dan?
What's going on, everyone?
If you're joining in for the very first time, then you should know that this show is about the two of us as we ramble on through pop culture topics, such as, but not limited to, games, movies, shows, and whatever else we want to jabber about. You can get the show over on youtube.com/dandydigital or over on Spotify and iTunes by searching Jabberbox and hitting that subscribe button. If you like what you hear and want to be part of the show, head on over to patreon.com/dandydigital. Dan, this week has been Gamescom. So it has been crazy. Just to kind of jump into it, I know we want to get into our crumble cookies a little bit, but it has been crazy.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff pouring out all over the place for every platform.
Yeah, it's fun. I love Gamescom. It's just nothing but games. You know, it's not specific, game companies like the big three or anything like that, like an E3. It's just like, hey, here's what we have to show you. We hope you enjoy it. And there's actually quite a bit of indies that caught my attention as well.
Yeah, same, actually.
So we will get into that in just a moment. But for now, let's get into our crumble ratings. So you got the cookies for this week, right? Yeah?
Oh, yes, I did.
This week was fucking exciting. I'm very excited. They all taste delicious. Let's just put that out there. But they all have to be ranked.
That is true. So, okay. Well, what was your top one for this week?
My top one for this week has to be the peanut butter jamwich.
Oh, yes. That thing is the truth.
So it's a chilled peanut butter cup cookie, which is actually two cookies. They look like a peanut butter sandwich, and it has peanut butter, mousse, and surprisingly, raspberry jam. And I hate raspberry, but this was really fucking good.
Oh, yeah. That was easily the king of the week right there. That
I don't
was
know if
the
it
best.
was easy for me. I went back and forth, actually. I thought I was going to like the graham cracker with Teddy Grahams on there, but that one actually drops a little bit below the other ones. The chocolate Mallow cupcake was actually pretty good, and the watermelon was surprising.
Yeah. So those were actually my top three for this week.
Yeah.
Really
fucking good.
But I had that graham cracker with Teddy Grahams cookie. I had it right there with the watermelon, that sugar cookie watermelon flavor. I had it right up there with it. There was that subtle honey flavor they had in with the icing was amazing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but so I want to do peanut butter jam, which is my number one, which I take it is your number one as well.
Oh yes, easy for the week.
And then what was your number two?
My number two for the week was the chocolate mallow cupcake.
Yes. That was my number two as well. Oh, shit.
It was basically a Hostess cupcake in a cookie format.
It really was. It was really fucking good.
It even looked like it.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure was not an accident.
Yeah, it wasn't coincidence. They even did the little swirl of the white frosting on the top like Hostess.
Yep.
That was really, it's still really, I actually had that today after lunch. So, and then what was your number three?
It was for the week sugar watermelon.
Ooh, we're 3 for 3, but that was my third one as well. And it surprised me on that one because it was subtle. It wasn't like, it didn't kick. It wasn't sour. I mean, it was very well done. Compared to like their berry and other fruit ones, this one was a fucking banger.
It was subtle and light and refreshing.
Yes. Thank you. That is the word.
Number 4 for the week, I had the graham cracker with Teddy Grahams.
Yep.
And while it was good, I was a little disappointed by the chocolate Oreo.
Are you reading my notes?
No, I'm not. That was my own independent conclusion.
Yeah, that's the same exact ranking for me. Same reasoning as well. The Teddy Graham with the honey, it reminded me of like a sopapilla.
Yeah, actually, like a fry bread, like Indian fry bread.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So very well done. I don't know if I want to put it in the rankings as far as where it lands on the list. We'll still have to post those up, but the list is getting a bit crazy.
I have 20 total cookies in my list now.
I still have to number mine. Mine's still pretty big, and it's only growing at this point. So why did you put the Oreo at the bottom of your list? Because it wasn't Oreo. It was a chocolate cookie with the cream cheese frosting and Oreo crumble on the top, which was like just like shavings. Yep. Like it was almost like the Oreos that you like the crumbs that you get once you finish off the bag.
Yeah.
And so it's like whatever they took of that, they just kind of dumped on the top.
I wasn't a fan of it. It was it was a good chocolate cookie, don't get me wrong, but it was a huge missed opportunity. How do you make your icing not Oreo cream filling?
Thank you. That's what I was thinking as well.
But no, they went with traditional vanilla cream cheese frosting, which again is good, but
compared
you're making
to the bangers,
chocolate Oreo cookie, why missed opportunity for sure, 100%.
Compared to the bangers that you had this week, unfortunately, there had to be a loser, and that was the chocolate cookie featuring Oreo. So, and that's what it says on the website too. A chocolate cookie featuring Oreo topped with rich vanilla cream cheese frosting and dusted with Oreo crumbs.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity. They should have just done the frosting as the Oreo.
I'm sure
cream
the cookie
filling,
was the actual
knows.
Cookie itself. It looks like it, and I mean, but it didn't taste like it.
No, not really.
So
I still have Dulce de Leche as my number one all time, but that's again caramel. Love caramel.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard It's gonna be hard for something to beat that for me.
Right. Peach cobbler is still my number one.
What is?
Peach cobbler.
I haven't had that one yet. So number 2 all time, Buckeye brownie, which was basically a Reese's peanut butter cup cookie. And number 3 is the peanut butter jam witch.
Yep. Nice. Wow. Top 3.
Yeah. What did it beat? Top 3. It beat.
What was your third one?
Prior to this week, my number 3 was Kentucky butter cake.
Okay.
And now Kentucky butter cake is number 5.
Whoa. So
chocolate mallow cupcake beat it out too. I had 2 this week that knocked down
top 5.
Former number 3.
Woo!
And sugar watermelon is number 6. So 3 of my top 6 all time were this week. It was a good week.
Yeah,
it was a good week.
Really shaping your list there.
Oh yeah,
really shaping it. Nice, cool. Well, I look forward to next week. As always, I look like a cookie dough in the midsection, but it's totally worth it for such delicious treats.
Yeah, I need to quit buying them by the dozen. Maybe just a box of 4 from now on. That's what we do, and then we still split them into 4, and then that way I get a quarter. So I get half. I still get half a cookie, but I try a quarter at a time. Yeah,
that's how I live my life, dude. One quarter cookie at a time.
Had family in town this week, so when I went in on Monday, I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck it, I'm getting 12." And they're still sitting. There's still a bunch sitting downstairs. And if you go earlier in the week, you have a chance of getting some of last week's. So like, I have half of a orange creamsicle sitting downstairs right now.
Nice. I don't think I'll do that kind of stuff until they start doubling up. And it's one, so like, say next week they do peach cobbler again, I'm going to fucking get a peach cobbler. Sure. You know what I mean? But if it's one that I've had before, I'm going to forego that to try the chocolate chip or the sugar cookie, because I still haven't tried those, and those are there every week. Yeah. So once I start getting 1 or 2 that are doubling up, that's when I'll start replacing or not getting all of them. I don't need 5 cookies every week,
Because they are not small.
Yeah, they are not small. And they do have the small ones, but when I asked them how much the small ones were, they said that was for catering only, and you have to have at least 50.
Shit.
So that defeated the purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
I got 50 small cookies, but at what cost? So,
all right then. Well, yeah, that's our cookie adventure this week. It was a good cookie week.
It was an amazing week. And it is one of my favorite weeks since the first week when I came across them.
I'm concerned that they might not be able to follow it up, but
That's not true. The holidays are coming up, and I'm very much looking forward to those ones.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, we still have a month until true holiday season.
We'll see. We will see.
But
who knows? Maybe we get
some
it.
places. Some places have already rolled out pumpkin spice shit. So who knows?
Yep. We'll see. Still, I'm very excited. So that's our crumble cookie
Weekly ranking.
Our check-in, as you would. So, like we said, Gamescom was this week. Is this week? It's still going on. It goes on, I think, tomorrow as well, and it's going to be more like in depth reviews, in depth gameplay with the developers, those sort of interviews. So those are really I look forward to those. I like those a lot. We get the trailer for the PS5 release of Medium, which I'm looking forward to playing, even though it's on Game Pass. I can play it on Xbox. It's that's actually one of the games that made me want to get an Xbox. Have you, if you've seen that at all?
I have not.
So the game, you're following a woman, and she's a medium. And the game is actually two games in one. So you're playing as one character, but you have her Earth person, like her Earth body, and her like spirit body, and it's a split screen, and you're playing both. So whatever you're doing, to control it, it mirrors in both of them, and you kind of have to go back and forth. So if I was in a spirit world and a door is locked, I have to try to find the key or how to open up a certain door in Earth's realm to open it, and it'll open up the door. It'll unblock it in the spirit realm so you can continue. So it's like
a puzzle game.
Kinda. It's like so I would think it's more, I guess a puzzle adventure, like a Lara Croft, but like a Tomb Raider almost.
Okay.
So but maybe less action because you're a medium and not a raider of tombs, but it looks neat. So that's something, like I said, it's on Game Pass. I don't know. I know that they do it, or they're going to be doing it via cloud streaming. So your Xbox One that you have should be able to play it once cloud comes to the consoles. If you don't have an Xbox One, or I'm sorry, an Xbox Series X by then.
Yeah.
Which leading into that, so
that fucking mess.
It is a fucking mess. And I could have had the opportunity to buying two for you, like helping you out getting those two of them, but Walmart was fucking stupid with their press and hold button, and everything got jacked up. So what we're talking about is the Halo Infinite Xbox Series X limited edition console, which is $550, $549.99, and it's very fucking pretty. As far as special edition consoles go, this is one of the top. I think this would be one of my top 5.
It's the console, a controller, and Halo Infinity, the game that was in the bundle for $550. So it's only $50 more than a typical price.
Does it come with the game?
It does come with the game.
Fuck, that's nice.
Yeah. So great deal. Obviously, it sold out within like 30 seconds everywhere. Mm-hmm. And within 20 minutes, there were thousands of them posted on eBay for $900 or more. And they also released a Halo Elite controller, limited edition Halo Infinite Elite Xbox
117, which also looks really good.
It looks amazing, and they were retailing for $200, and now there are thousands of those on eBay as well for $450 to $500 or more. Yep. With bids on them.
It's fucking stupid
on both the controller and the console. So everybody bitches and moans about, scalpers are buying them up and then selling them, and now we can't get them. Then quit fucking bidding on them, jerk-offs.
Yeah. Scalpers are a fucking cancer on humanity. It sucks, man. It sucks so bad because I really that would have been a perfect way to get you in there, I still have my Xbox 360 Halo 3 edition console. I'd hope so.
I mean, obviously I don't play it anymore, but
you don't get rid of it.
I still have it.
Yeah.
I don't
get rid of special edition stuff.
I have all 3 of the special edition controllers for the 360. I have the little wireless earpiece that was all Halo themed. I've got all of it still.
Yeah.
So I was really hoping to get a hold of that one, but alas, 'twas not to be.
So
At least with this wave.
Would you still? Are you going to wait to try to get your hands on it, or are you going to try to just get an Xbox Series X and then upgrade and try to sell, that if you can get it?
I don't know, man. I really wish I could find out if they were going to release another wave of those. I don't know if they are or not.
Well, we'll see. I'll still keep an eye out for you for sure. But it is a beautiful console for sure. And so they showed off with Halo. They showed off the co-op. So they said co-op campaign and Forge will not be available at launch of the game. Which Forge I can see. You're essentially creating maps for multiplayer. I can see that being delayed because they want you to play your own, and that's a lot of different assets that they have to let you play with and all that. But I don't know if that makes sense for the co-op campaign not being available at launch.
It concerns me slightly. Like if you're not going to have something that's so inherent to Halo games, that campaign co-op, if you're not going to have that available at launch, it makes me concerned about the game not being ready overall.
I agree. And they still haven't showed campaign since the first time where at E3.
Yeah, so they've
shown multiplayer. Multiplayer looks awesome. They've put that out there for people to play. People are taking to it like flies on shit. But the campaign is still non-existent. Yeah,
there's definitely some small red flags that are appearing here. Yeah, it concerns me a little bit because we're not that far. What, 2 or 3 months from
December
release?
December 8th.
So not that far off.
Yeah, just over 3 months. We'll see.
So yeah, it's a little concerning to me, but we'll find out.
Yeah. But the multiplayer looks good. Did you get a chance to check out the cinematic? I thought the cinematic was cool for multiplayer.
Oh yeah, look, what they've released does look good. But they're not, like you said, they're not releasing everything. We haven't seen much for campaign. So
yeah.
It's hard to make a complete judgment on partial information.
I agree. But we'll see.
Especially for such a flagship title.
Yeah.
They really can't afford to fuck this up.
Yep. We'll see. So everything else looks good for the 20th anniversary. I just hope the game is good itself. After that, was there anything that jumped out at you for Gamescom that they showed off? I know there was an indie title, right?
Yes. So one of them was You Suck at Parking.
The game looks so fucking fun and funny.
It looks fun, funny, ridiculous. For those that haven't seen it, it's basically a physics car game. And there's mines, and it looks, the graphics to it look similar in my mind to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator or Totally Accurate Delivery System or whatever that game is called. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
That's the kind of animation it looks like to me.
It's very simple, very cartoony.
It's not a complicated game from what I can gather. But it looks like it's a ton of fun, especially with friends or with like a party game kind of thing.
Yeah. So essentially, like what you were saying, a physics-based game where you have to park your car, but you're doing so on an obstacle course, and what also looks like a race. Like you're racing other cars too in certain parts of the video that they showed in the trailer. And wherever you stop, that's where you park. And that's where you end your level or end your turn or anything like that. And you're trying to get into a little square that has a letter P in there for park. So you want to get as close to it as possible. without fucking it up or without dying too.
Without crashing, without hitting a landmine, without
without
going
a
into the
hammer
water.
hitting you or getting smashed by a wall of spikes. It looks fucking fun. So I'm very much looking forward to that one. That was one of the ones that I noted on my list.
Yeah, it does look like fun. I think one of the other ones I noted was something it wasn't a surprise by any means, but Far Cry 6, a little more info on that came out, and it looks good.
A story trailer.
Yeah, I really enjoy Far Cry, so looking forward to that one.
That comes out next month, I think, right? September 8th.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to play it when it first comes out because I'm probably not going to have a Series X by then, and most of the games that are coming out at this point moving forward, it's going to be hard to justify playing them on an old console because it won't do true justice for the games that are coming out now.
Right.
Can I play them on that system? Sure. I don't know if it'll unlock its full potential though.
Well, if you get it for the Xbox One, it should be optimized so it'll move over when you get the Xbox Series X. And
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being sour grapes that I didn't get that. We didn't score one of those limited edition consoles
yet. We will work on that. Yeah, it looks very good. The story trailer looks awesome. I think they did a good job with that. It looks darker than the other ones.
I don't know. Well, yeah, probably, but the other ones have been pretty dark.
Yeah,
it's not like they're
the other ones. I mean, you're still murdering, but they're more crazy. This one is more
methodical.
Yes, even when you compare it to Pagan, from Far Cry 5. This one it's like, and I don't know if it's the setting, but it's probably more of I forget his name. I can't pronounce his name, but the main baddie from Breaking Bad.
Oh, Gus. Well, the character's name was Gus Fring, obviously, but
right.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, there we go. So I think the level of malice he brings to his characters really darkens anything that you put him in. Even when we saw him in Star Wars The Mandalorian, you knew that he was
he's definitely typecast. Like,
yes,
that's what he plays now. That's it. There's no
but you do it so well.
He's really good at it. I'm not disagreeing on that, but he's never going to be cast as like the hero of a movie.
No, but so I would rather be typecast like that than I would be typecast in any other type of character genre. Because, for example, if you want to typecast me in a comedy role, that comedy will eventually wear itself out. Whereas his typecast fits so many genres to a point, even when he's like, if you can put him in a comedy and he would still be that dark, dry humor that would still hold up even today.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, you can make a Dumb and Dumber today, but it's not going to be the same type of audience that Dumb and Dumber would be back in the 90s. Whereas if this character was then and still doing it now, you're like, yes, like you can't get tired of it.
I think he would make a pretty good Bond villain.
He would be.
Yeah. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to put that out into the universe, and the universe
maybe
can do
the
whatever
next
it
one.
wants.
Maybe the one after the most recent one that's coming out.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be fucking dope.
Never know.
Make him a Q.
Nah.
Make him a really like dark Q, like just egg 007 into doing that kind of shit. We gotta save the queen. You must save the queen. I don't know.
So what about you? What games popped out for you?
Marvel Midnight Suns really popped out for me. We haven't seen any gameplay trailer, just the concept of it. I like the idea. I like the way that the characters are looking. I like that you're going to be playing a brand new character that they designed with Marvel to fit in and build relationships up with these heroes. So you're not going to be able to romance them, but you can be best friends with like Wolverine or Blade even, you know what I mean? And they're bringing in a lot of the darker characters, Blade, Magic, Ghost Rider, the new Ghost Rider. So they're going to have that kind of stuff in there. They still have Iron Man and Captain America, but I like that. And it's supposed to be a tactical game as well. So I think it's actually done by the guys who did XCOM. So
Okay.
that looks very interesting. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, that's almost like a 32-bit side scroll brawler. So
Old school.
Yeah. So, have you seen the trailer for that?
I have not.
I would recommend watching that one. That one seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
You know what? That reminds me of. You and I started playing a co-op game.
Castle Crashers?
No, that was about 5 years ago. 3 years ago? No, the one I'm thinking of is about 10 years ago, and we never finished it. And it is in this vein of game type.
Which one?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, yeah. I think they're bringing that back. Or they did bring it back.
Finished. I think they remastered it, but...
Yeah. The fucking game's hard.
Yeah. But yeah, but that's a good point. We never finished Castle Crashers either.
I know. We can get back to that.
Yeah, we should.
I would like for us to get 4 players going, maybe if we can get some of our friends to respond to text messages and jump in some games.
Hey, maybe they will respond to this podcast. Maybe they're listening and they'd like to play with us. You know who you are.
I don't know. Adam doesn't play those types of games, so it had to be Shane. So that one looked really good, and they for Shredder's Revenge, they did say that you can play as April O'Neil, which is pretty cool. Her weapon is her microphone and her camera, so she can use the microphone as a whip, almost like a.
Oh, okay.
So
I still have my Ninja Turtles action figures from the early '90s, and that was
I wish I still had mine.
That was her thing that she would carry. Mm-hmm. She had that
a little camera.
She had a little camera, and she had a little briefcase thing that you could put them in.
Mm-hmm. So check out the trailer for that one. She has like a little, whereas the turtles can use their shells as like a smash, she uses her butt. It just looks fun, man. So that one's on there. Let's see.
Is Casey Jones in it?
They haven't announced him yet, but I'm assuming they're going to put him in there. Maybe a Splinter even. So I think if they do a Casey Jones, that'll bring the roster up to 6 characters that you can choose as heroes. And they can always do DLC. They can add, the rabbit, the samurai rabbit as a character.
Yeah. Yojimbo?
Yes. So that one, that the Turtles game popped out for me for sure. I also liked, I'm looking forward to Tales of Arise, which that was already announced. They just showed off a little bit more of that, which is another Japanese RPG. The other Age of Empires 4, which comes out October 28th. That game I'm really fucking stoked about. So I'll be picking that up for sure. And then I didn't actually add it to my show notes, but
something unexpected. What do we got?
Well, it's something I sent on your list. So Squadron 51 looks interesting. So Squadron 51 is going to be like a Galaga, almost like a shooter, but it's done in the design of old 50s movies, and the models look like they're being yanked on rope. So it looks like it's supposed to be on a stage almost. It just looks charming. It's like a World War II side-scroller shooter. Shoot 'em up.
Based on that description, I'm getting Cuphead vibes.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, exactly. It would be like a Cuphead, but the models look like they're stage props, which looks neat. So that's
an interesting art choice. It has a lot of potential, it sounds like.
Yeah. Arcadian Atlas is on my list to watch, but I can't remember why I put it on there. But Terror of the Hemosaurus is on there, which is a Rampage like. If you guys know,
it is Rampage.
It is Rampage. It's Rampage. The arcade Rampage, that's what it is. You can be a Godzilla type character, a Mecha Godzilla character, a giant sloth, a salamander that breathes fire. It just looks like a lot of fun. Again, I think that's going to be up there with You Suck at Parking, where hey, I have a half hour to blow before I have to go out to dinner or anything like that. You just jump in, destroy a couple buildings. So those are the ones that really popped out to me.
I noticed that they were going to reboot Saints Row as well.
Yes. And I don't know if I'm going to get into it. I was never a big Saints Row fan normally.
I played the first one, but that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'll probably look into it, but
looks great
if it's on Game Pass. It's probably one of those ones where if it's on Game Pass, I'll play it.
If it's on Game Pass, I'll check it out. I'm also interested in the Call of Duty and the Halo. So, which is really weird because I'm not that. Those aren't my types of games. But like what I said last time, it looks interesting. I like the way that they're doing the vignettes. I watched some of the gameplay trailer they showed off yesterday for the sniper that's in Russia, and it just looks really fucking good. So
yeah, the Call of Duty campaigns have always been really pretty good. At least in my opinion, it's I don't know. I can't do the Call of Duty multiplayer anymore. It's fucking toxic.
I can skip out on the multiplayer, but I do want to play the campaign. So whether that is me buying it up front or buying it on sale, well, we'll see.
Fair enough. So that's the stuff that's coming up.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Yeah. Oh shit! Reading my mind. So, I want to hear about yours first. I know what you were playing. I haven't had a chance to download it yet. Or it downloaded, but I haven't had a chance to start it.
I know the one that you want to talk about, so I'm going to start with the other one first.
Okay.
So I just noticed on Game Pass that the original Quake has been ported over to Game Pass.
Yep.
So downloaded it, started playing. Man, that was some callback.
Yeah, some nostalgic fun.
That was fun. I'm not quite done playing it. I still have to beat the final level, the final boss. Mm-hmm. But I've finished all 4 of the campaign storylines. Well, not even storylines per se, but all 4 of the episodes. That's what I was trying to think of. Beat all 4 of those on varying difficulties and just, refreshing on how to play that game. It's been so long, but it's been a ton of fun. And, playing games from 27 years ago is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like playing old games. Nostalgia is a thing for me. I still have Super Nintendo. I haven't plugged it in years, but I still have mine.
I got the SNES Mini, so I play that from time to time.
I have an original Nintendo, although it's not my original Nintendo, but that's a story for another time.
I was actually just talking about that last weekend.
Oh, I'll be angry about it the rest of my life. But again, that's a story for another time. So I really, like I said, I really enjoy older games. The nostalgia of it just speaks to me. So right. I've been enjoying Quake quite a bit. Now, the game I know you want to talk about.
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
I have been playing 12 minutes. So we talked about this briefly. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
It may have been 2 weeks ago.
No,
it was last week.
12 minutes is you play as this guy who comes home from work and his wife is there. And you have 12 minutes that you relive over and over, and you have to try to figure out how to progress the story. So it's a super frustrating game to me. I have not finished it. There are multiple endings to my understanding. I haven't gotten to a single one of them yet. And it's frustrating because you have to do the same mundane tasks in the same order exactly. And you have to time everything just right multiple times, like dozens of times, in order to play through and like try to figure out, trial and error. Like, hey, let's go. If I put the glass of water over here on this table instead of the table by the sofa, what changes? And this is 12 real-time minutes. You can speed it up if you want in the game. But there are several dozen items in the apartment that you can interact with. There's rooms you can go into. There's things you can do in those rooms, and so playing the same thing over and over has been really aggravating to me.
Yeah,
and it has prevented me from getting to any of the storyline finishes. I probably will get there eventually, but it's really difficult for me to play in a large amount of time in one sitting, because I start getting frustrated. Like, God damn it! Okay, fuck. Do I really have to do all this shit again? Okay, go over here, turn the water on, get a cup of water, blah blah blah. Grab the kitchen knife and open the closet door. Go into this room and do this thing. I don't want to say too much and give stuff away, so that's why I'm being pretty vague.
Yeah.
But having to do that 4 or 5 times an hour in real time is just kind of draining. And it gets pretty old pretty quick, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I mean, I still want to try it for sure, but now I know what I have to look forward to.
Yep. Voice acting is good. Willem Dafoe, of course, is amazing. But the game is a little bit frustrating for me. But like I said, that shouldn't deter people from at least giving it a shot. Because it does have a ton of potential, and it's not bad. It's just frustrating.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I'm sure by now there's a walkthrough if you wanted to do that, unless you're trying to do the first playthrough to the ending all natural.
I want to get to at least one of the endings on my own, and then I'll probably go look at a guide so I can get the achievement, because there's achievements and
for every ending, probably, or for doing whatever.
For those of you listening that don't know, because we haven't really discussed this, I'm an achievement whore. 100%. 100%. Like, heroin users use heroin to get that dopamine hit and high. Oh, that pop up at the bottom of the screen when you get one of the, especially the rare achievements with the little diamond, with the little diamond icon that fewer than 10% of all players have ever gotten. Man, that is like a dopamine load getting shot into my throat.
So if you get 1,000 gamer score on a game that hardly anybody plays, and it's all the achievements are under that 10%, does everyone get that diamond when you pop it?
What do you mean, does everybody get that diamond?
Well, like, does every achievement get the diamond pop if it's...
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. If it's a really rarely played game, every achievement in that game will most likely have under 10% people that get it.
That'll get that chime. That's neat. I like that diamond. I didn't even know that they updated it when I first got it on the Xbox One. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, all right.
My gamer score is pretty high. It's not anywhere in like probably the top 10% of all players. But it's higher than average, I would say.
Yeah.
What am I at? Like 100 and
something.
Like 160,000. I don't know. I don't keep track of the overall number too closely. I just focus on whatever game I'm playing and work on that.
I guess you're not a real achievement hunter. You don't even know what your number is.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Let's see.
I suck.
Let's see. You're at 158,055.
See, I was real damn close with that ballpark, though. I said about 160,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're close.
There was one month. Oh shit! I wish I could remember when it was. And I have a picture of it somewhere because I knew I'd never achieve it again. I had like 16,000 gamer score in 1 month.
I did, yeah. That's when you were playing almost every game, like Night Squad and stuff like that, which was a lot of fun.
Night Squad, that game is fun. That was also before I had kids. I'm pretty sure that was before I had kids.
No, that was last year or the year before that.
No, it was longer ago than that.
Night Squad? That's what I played that and I lived in this house.
Yeah, but that wasn't the month that I put up like 15, 16,000 gamer score in a month. When that came out, I did put up probably 5,000 or 6,000 in a month.
Okay.
Like, this was back when I wasn't working.
Oh, yeah.
I had just gotten out
your
of
apartment?
school. No,
Not even then.
we were married. I think I had just finished school and I hadn't gotten a job yet. It was in that weird in between where I was just sitting at home doing nothing for like 3 months.
I wouldn't say doing nothing, man. You were achievement hunting.
Yeah, I put up some serious fucking numbers. Those were not rookie numbers.
So,
I just found it. It was June of 2018.
Okay.
And I lied. I shortchanged myself. I put up 22,740 gamer score in a single month.
Jesus. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you probably can't see that. Yeah. So that's the equivalent of getting 100% on 22.74 games.
Jesus, nerd. So that's cool. I still look forward to playing 12 minutes. I probably won't play Quake, even though I enjoyed playing it back in the day. But I've been playing the DLC. Well, so I picked up Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. So I bought it all. I could have picked up the expansion pass for like $30, but because I enjoy the developer, which is Sucker Punch, and I enjoy the title so much, I decided to just rebuy the game on the PS5. So I gave them another $70 on top of the $60 that I did for the PlayStation 4. And I'm going through the DLC, which is the Island of Iki. And so it's like a smaller island, but I think I've put a solid 5-6 hours into it already. And I did all the most of all the collectibles. I got some cool ass armor that helps me parry. When I do a perfect parry, I get a chance to like zip over to somebody else and just slice them down. This game, Dan, is the Japanese. It's the Assassin's Creed that takes place in Japan that we've always wanted. So it's a fantastic game. So I've been playing through the DLC. I'm having a blast with it. It's like what you said. It's not as nostalgic as Quake, but it feels good to get back into it. And when I jumped in, I was getting my ass kicked because it had been a couple months since I've played the game, but now I have my bearings and I'm running around and I'm throwing, sticky bombs and smoke bombs and assassinating everybody. And then just doing the cool ass, samurai standoffs that they were known for that make it look very cinematic, like those old, samurai movies where if you go up against a boss of a camp of Mongols and they're like preparing with their double swords, I walk up holding my sword on my side and then I flick it up with my thumb, so to unsheath it, and then I grab it and you can hold triangle down, and as they charge you, you can pull it out and slice them. And as somebody is running over there, you can slice them again. It's very satisfying. If you get yourself a PlayStation at any time, that is the first game I would recommend you to play.
PS5 was on Amazon's treasure truck a couple days ago. And as soon as I got the notification that was on there, I went and looked. It was sold out already. Of course. Not a surprise, right? But Jessica said that she had considered buying one because she got into the queue before it sold out, and then she ended up not getting it.
You should have.
I told her that. I was like, oh man, you should have gotten it, because if nothing else, we could have sold it. Again, I fucking hate scalpers, so I probably would have sold it maybe for like $50 over retail. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. That's not fucking crazy. And then just funded buying an Xbox.
Right.
Like, worst case scenario, that's what would have happened. Yeah.
Well, if you get it, I mean, at one point, I think you should get it because there are certain exclusives that I think would be a lot of fun that you might like. God of War was really, done really well. Ghost of Tsushima, you have that. So, I like having all three consoles because they all bring something to the table that I really like. With Game Pass, I get to try out a lot more games, and that's my digital only type of console. I don't think I'll ever buy a disc for Xbox because it's so infrequent. But so that's what I've been playing. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I've also been playing on the Xbox. I picked up Aliens Fire Team Elite, Now, Aliens doesn't have the best track record for games, but it's actually fun. And I've only played part. I got through halfway through, mission 1 because they are lengthy, and we can wipe out, but it's fun. So we jump in. So I'm playing with Randall, a friend of mine, and you can play as 2 players. You can play as 1, 2, or 3 players, right? If you're playing solo, it gives you 2 androids as your teammates. If you're playing 2, it gives you that 3rd player as the android, and then obviously the 3 players. And you can go through and you can pick up ammo crates, and these aliens just keep coming at you, man. There's no break in this at all, to a point. Like, we'll finish a section and it'll give you enough time to breathe, re-ammo up, heal up, and then move on to the next thing. But if we're sitting there, if I go, hey, give me a moment, I have to use the restroom, then whoever's still on the controllers has to watch, because those aliens will start to come back out of the air ducts and shit like that. So it can get crazy, which I like about it. We did wipe a couple times because it's just one of those things where we didn't expect them to come out of the side where we were standing, and they just totally fucked us up. But once we do that, then we can start planting mines everywhere. I recommend Fireteam Chat if you have a group of friends that likes to play third-person shooters like that, like to do the tactical, thing and do the collectibles. So I like it. I'm gonna keep up with it, and I know like people are giving it 7s, 6s even, but I would give it a solid 7.5 if I were to rate it, and that's just based off of like 2 of 3 missions, 2 of 3 levels or whatever in the first mission. But I'm really digging it so far, and I'm actually going to be playing it, in about 45 minutes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Mary's going to go to the gym, and I was like, okay, and I'm going to jump on the Xbox and play for an hour. So it's cool.
You're going to be on the Xbox? Or are you going to be on team? Are you going to be on in a party?
Yes.
I might get on.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
So
I make no promises, but maybe.
Yeah. So we get on there and we play. I like it a lot so far. So I look forward to giving you some updates and shit like that.
Do you have a full fire team?
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it's nice. We just get in there and we're like, well, we just bullshit here and there. And then, but we also call out, it's funny. So you get friendly fire. So like Randall was telling me, he's like, hey, there's friendly fire, so watch your line, or like in the middle of us talking, I forget what we were talking. We were just talking about something stupid, and then he's all on your 6, so we'll turn around and start blasting aliens that are trying to come down the hallway at us and stuff like that. So it's cool.
Is it on Game Pass?
I don't think so. That's what sucks, but it's only $40.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean they have a $70 one, but that comes with a season pass. Yeah, it's full on game.
Okay.
Alien Fire Team Elite, Game Pass. Let me see. It's now available to buy on Xbox One, Series X, and Series S, but not available for Game Pass just yet. So.
Womp womp.
But like I said, It's only $40, and I don't know if you ever picked up Alien Colonial Marines, but that game was shitty, but we had fun, I remember
Is this
playing.
One better?
This one is better. At least when I'm running through levels, I don't see artwork trying to clip itself in, I was like, what the fuck is that blob? And then it ends up being a downed, military plane. Like it was bad.
That's nice.
But yeah, this one's better so far from what I've seen. I like it. And you could buy weapon upgrades and armor upgrades and shit like that. So
it sounds like fun.
Yeah, we play for an hour, maybe 2 hours here and there. When we first got it, so we played it Tuesday for 2 hours. I didn't get a chance to play it yesterday. Tonight I'll play for an hour. I usually like to get off at 9:00 so I can go read and relax a little bit before bed.
Well,
Some
I
old-
don't want to invite myself. So
No, hey, dude, we could totally use a third person.
All right then.
So we'll be on at 8:00.
Oh, well, shit. Yeah, that's not long from now.
Yeah. I'll play from 8 to 9, and then wherever we go, we go. So, real quick, I just want to
Yes, sir.
jump in. I haven't been watching a whole lot. I didn't watch What If this week, but
Dude, neither have I.
have you watched it for last week?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
I know last week we said we were gonna catch up. Between work and then I'm not going to get into this, but the only thing that I've really been watching is current events.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to talk about it here.
Yeah.
But that's that's why I haven't done anything.
No worries, man. So before we wrap it up, I want to talk about that. You saw Matrix 4 has a title, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's Resurrections. One of the Wachowski sisters is going to be directing it. The other one came out today saying why they don't want to do it, which makes sense. You know, they went through a lot in their time, in their life. They came out stronger on the other end, and they feel like coming back to the Matrix is essentially just stepping into those same shoes that they shed in their time. So I get it, whatever, but I'm excited. Resurrections makes sense. You're going to have Neo, you're going to have Trinity, but we'll see. I think Trinity is going to be a hollow version of herself that Neo is keeping around for his own sanity and happiness.
I'm going to reserve judgment on this till I watch it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. But that's all the information we have on the Matrix so far.
I'm pessimistically optimistic.
Not cautiously optimistic.
No.
So the other thing that's been blowing up everybody's phones, computers, the internet is Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Oh, that blew up my pants.
Yeah, buddy. So
It looks so good.
Dude. So there was this thing that I got off Twitter. It's like Fandom, I think, put it on there. I apologize if that wasn't the case. So they said Spider-Man trailer breakdown for a No Way Home. We get William Dafoe's Green Goblin laugh and Pumpkin Bomb Gobbler. Which I obviously that's noticeable. Alfred Molina is coming back as Doc Ock. So we get two villains from Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire's series. You see the current Spider-Man running through a crowd. He's wearing his black and gold suit, which I already knew was a thing because of fucking pop figures. We see parts of Sandman. We see the electricity, so we're assuming Electro. There's a theory that's going around, and I don't want to get into the whole theory and whether I believe it or not, but I hope it's true, is when in the trailer, when Peter Parker is being talked to by a lawyer, it has been rumored that Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil. So they didn't show it, but I'll have to find it for you, man. It's so funny. They take this image where you see him in a white shirt with his sleeve rolled up. So you see his arm hair, and they're trying to compare it to other times that you see Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock's Daredevil with his sleeve rolled up in the Daredevil show on Netflix. And they're trying to compare the arm hair and his arm, shape. So
people get really into that, man.
I am probably going to be wrong, but I really want it to be him because he was fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, and then they're talking about Mephisto. There's a Mephisto reference because you see Peter Parker with horns and a devil mustache on a picture, on like a sign that somebody has a picket fence on. So they're trying to do a Mephisto as one of the main villains. I can see that because they're following loosely off the One More Day storyline. After, when Peter Parker came out as Spider-Man in Civil War, and then he had to try to get his identity put back, and that's when they get rid of his marriage to Mary Jane. But they're teenagers; they're just out of high school at this point, or in high school. So I'm so fucking excited, man. That comes out. I hope, my hope is that they stream this day one because it's not a Marvel movie. It is, but it's not a Marvel property.
We'll see.
So Sony could put it on HBO.
I'll go see that in theaters. I have no problem going to theaters
I don't want to, but for
movies.
Spider-Man, I think I will. Shang-Chi, I'll wait 45 days, Yep. But Spider-Man, that shit's going to get spoiled for me so fucking fast. Yeah,
you'll just have to accept that one.
Yeah.
If you decide you don't want to go to the theater, you're just going to have to accept that it's going to get spoiled.
Yeah. So I hope they put it on HBO Max because I'll fucking set that shit up so hard. But I'm very excited about it.
I am too. It looked really good. Pretty stoked.
That's all I have. That's all we got at the moment.
Yeah, that I have nothing else. With that, do you think we have time this week?
Yeah.
Or do we need to get going for some game time?
No, it shouldn't take you that long to download it, right?
Well, it depends. Internet connection's real spotty. Depends on the time of day, but
yeah. Well, then let's do it real quick.
Okay, ready?
We don't take that long. So Dan, for you, for Q&A with DNA, we have which fabulously impractical car would you like to own?
Famously impractical vehicle, not car, vehicle.
Well, so lift it up again. Oh, I guess you could have read fabulously. Which fabulously impractical car?
I would want. Now, are we under the assumption that this is also like you can afford the maintenance and all that kind of stuff for it?
Yep. Magic Genie came up. You get a car. It's always going to be in tip-top shape.
I would want a fully updated with the current technology Saturn V rocket.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Most powerful engine ever built by man so far. Elon Musk is trying to beat it right now. His heavy Starship will be more powerful, but not yet. And so I want a fully tech updated Apollo 5 or Saturn 5 that they used for the Apollo missions.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easy. Easy.
And it looks like a rocket, not a dick.
I know nobody can see it, but it is one of my treasured Lego sets I have is my Saturn V rocket. I love it. It's sitting on a shelf over here. I know you can't even see it. Let's see if I can.
I saw your pictures when you did it. Yeah, I see it on the shelf there.
Yep. So that would probably be my answer.
Nice.
All right, Mr. Bond. Let's see what you got here. Would you stop eating all junk food if you were guaranteed to live for 5 years longer?
No.
Why not?
5 years, whatever. Like, I get it. 5 years is a long time, but you're asking me to give up all the junk food, and I'm a junk food fiend, right? You're asking me to give that up now to help me get to 80 years? No. Now, if you were to say, would you give up all... You can do one of those things where it's like, you'd have to live in this house, for $8 million. You just never have to watch football again. If you add years to that, then I'll start thinking about it. Now, if you're like, you're guaranteed to live 150 years old, would you give up junk food? Yes. Even if you were to be like 100 years old, I'd be like, yes. Because that's my goal. My goal is I would love to be 100, even 150. Maybe 150 is going to be way past whatever, but I do want to live to be 100. I want to be able to say I was a century. That's how long I lived. You know what I mean? If you can guarantee I can be 100 years old, I'll give up junk food right now. Cookie Crumble's dead to me.
Oh, well, fair. That question reminds me of a quote. Not necessarily a famous quote. It's more of a saying. But it's if you tell if you tell a smoker you shouldn't smoke because every cigarette you smoke takes 10 minutes off your life, and then the retort is always, why do I care? Those are the worst 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, let's finish this up so we can get you Aliens downloaded.
Fucking A.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Jabberbox episode 11. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to us jabber on about Gamescom and us making plans to go play Aliens. Don't forget that we post each and every week on whatever it is we want to talk about. If you like that, please join us over on patreon.com/dandydigital, where you can write in and be part of the show. And you can also get the episodes early. If you have no bucks to toss our way, that is just Dandy by us. Please find us and subscribe to us over on YouTube or any of the podcast services and rate us to help us grow this show into something bigger and better. Until next time, play safe.